And since it is, well, 10:59, I'll kind of get started and just let you know that while perhaps not everyone's logging in at the time that we are presenting this, we are recording it. And so that we can be sure to spread this information as it is so valuable. And we're so inspired and motivated by our wonderful partners in the community that assist veterans. And on this Veterans Day, just wanting to pay tribute and to salute their service and hopefully make any transition to civilian life as successful as we can. So as you can see, our agenda today on this Veterans Day, November 11th, 2020, we're going to start with NextOp's Patrick McManus and improve your job search. So let me just go to the next slide. I just did want to point that you can go to nextopvets.org to learn more. They are a nonprofit. They bridge the gap between veterans in need of work and aging industries that desperately need the skills our veteran clients have to offer by recruiting and placing currently transitioning military professionals into meaningful careers. So it just makes so much sense. You're just connecting the dots. Let me go to the next slide. Check out their website because as you can see, they're making these connections between veteran services and employer services and have a wealth of awesome, wonderful services to access. And with no more introduction, we are so thankful to have Patrick join us today.
I don't know if I can follow that.
Oh, and
Well,
feel free to, if you want to talk about either your history, your service, and whatever brings you here today to help us improve our job search.
well, thanks for having me. My name is Patrick McManus, and I'm retired from the Air Force. And I moved back to New Orleans when I retired and worked as in building commercial diving equipment as a project manager. And I lost that job, and I was 4 months unemployed, and I probably made every mistake there was in trying to find employment. So a lot of things what I'm briefing on, what I'm talking about is a small thing I talk about is based on my own experience and helping others find success. At NextOp, we've helped over 2,000 people. Veterans get hired. You can if you can sign up with us at the website at nextopvets.org. You can email me and please connect with me on LinkedIn because we're going to talk about networking in a second. What NextOp does is we assist qualified middle enlisted veterans find employment in new careers. We either do that by direct placement or we do it by giving them tools for the toolbox, networking, interview skills, job search strategies, resume refinement. So basically, we either give you a fish or teach a veteran to fish. If I talk too fast, just let me know. I do talk fast. So I think the first thing you have to do is for a job search is it's all about attitude and communication. You need to treat your career search like a job itself. You need to set a schedule for your job searches. Dress up for success. Put your uniform of the day on, right? Put your work clothes on and treat it like a job. Set a schedule, take a lunch break, and no matter what you do, spell and grammar check everything you do. I sent a resume out to 8 different employers with one digit of my phone number off. So it was an 8 instead of a 3. So, I mean, it happens. So just, I'm a little bit paranoid when I send stuff to employers. So that's what I err on. So when searching for a job, I think one of the hardest things for veterans is because we think that we're taught that we can do anything, right? You're a veteran, we can do it. Just give me the TO and I'll take care of it. But a lot of times is not the case. You have to have that honest conversation with yourself before you apply for a job. First of all, is it a job that you want? Do you qualify for it? Is it a company that you want to work for? There's a lot of jobs out there with bad companies. We had family support, like moving, travel from home for the job, hazards of the job. I had a candidate one time get a job making, I think it was 80 a year, but he had to go work offshore and he accepted the job. And then his wife said, "You're not going offshore." And so he didn't take the job. So so just make sure you have family support for any kind of job you're looking for. Um, so a lot of people go to when it's first start searching for jobs, is they go to the job sites, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, Glassdoor, Monster. You can swipe left or right on it, you know. And I did the same thing. I posted a resume, and I probably sent that resume to probably 100 employers. I'd just be sitting in, waiting on something in a line and just looking at jobs. Um, it was kind of a waste of my time. I'm not saying they don't have good sources there. I would say that they're not all created equal. And if you have the ability to use them as a source, like I use Indeed, like so when I figured it out, I used Indeed and said, okay, this company is hiring. If I can apply to that website directly and skip over another job site, then I'd apply to them directly, because why go through a middle person? Um, my future father-in-law used one of the employers, and he got a hundred resumes, and nobody qualified. So you want to put yourself out there as you go into their website if there's available. And lost my train of thought. So also when you go to those job websites, what I recommend is you create your own, create a file on your desktop with your logon information, or write it someplace secret, and password for that site, and you're going to need to revise your resume for that job. If you don't revise your resume, you're not showing how you're the most qualified person for the job. So I always, when I was looking for jobs, I always got the file, we'll say Coca-Cola, and I have my all my everything for Coca-Cola in that file, so I can go back to it. There's lots of job boards out there in your industry. If you're in petrochem, there's a petrochem website. There's Rig Zone. Um, if you are in HR, hospitality, there's their own job board websites that people apply look for jobs on, and you can create a log on for that, and you can file a resume with them, so recruiters can look at you. But like always, when you apply for a job, revise your resume. All right. So that's kind of like on job. I mean, that's basically on your job searches. Just to recap on that. Just kind of be mindful of what you're applying for, where you're applying, and making sure you're giving them the best product, so they look at you first. Now, here in New Orleans, networking is kind of important. I don't know if we have anybody outside of New Orleans, but New Orleans is pretty strong on networking. Um, I found my job through just networking veterans, going to the VFW, just knowing people. But one thing that people don't realize, that when you're looking for a job, you can reach out to maybe your college alumni association, right? For the career, for where you went to school at, for what degree. Um, People you worked with, that you can say, hey, by the way, I'm looking for a job. If you know anything's out there. It happens all the time, so it's not a prideful thing. That's why I used to think, I'm like, I don't want to let people know I don't have a job. But people generally want to know, if they know you, and if they know you, they really want to help you. I say, send me your resume, and they pass it on. I've seen people find jobs many a times by having a resume passed to them. But also, you could be a little bit more. You can set yourself out a little bit more by. I'm sure everyone has LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is a great tool for networking. And if you're a veteran, you can get a 1-year premium subscription through them. You can email me; I'll send it to you. And there's what do you call it? Career fields, specific groups you can join. So if you're in HR, I use HR a lot. You can join an HR group, and you can start networking through them. The premium account that you get for free lets recruiters look at your LinkedIn account. They recruit you. You can put on there that you're looking for work. If you're looking for jobs with a specific company, you can actually go to that to find a recruiter for Coca-Cola and say, hey, I noticed that there's a position open at Coca-Cola. You're a recruiter. How can I make myself a better candidate for that position? or I'd like to talk to you about this position. I wonder if you have time to help me. Um, you know, I had a guy get a job with Chewy, and I found 8 recruiters on there. I reached out to 5 of them, and 2 of them got back with me and said, "Hey, Patrick, whoever you got, send them to me." Just by putting myself out there and trying to network with them for my candidates. Mentorship. You know, you can have more than one mentor. I think we're gonna you have somebody talking about mentorship later. But like Veterati is a great source for finding mentors that are volunteers. Um, I probably have 2 or 3 mentors that I use. You can have more than one. You can have, whoever can give you good advice is always a great mentor if you take it. That's kind of like my briefing so far. I'm kind of more on questions. Anybody have any questions?
So how many candidates do you, and you mentioned having Pensacola within your region. So how large is your region? Just curious.
I cover the main office in Houston covers basically Lake Charles and the rest of the United States. I cover Lake Charles over to down to Florida. So basically Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, a little bit of Georgia, and my office is creeping in North Carolina a little bit right now. But we cover the United States. But that's my area is all the way to Florida.
Very cool. Something about Dress for Success is we are an affiliate of a worldwide organization. And so there's affiliates that all get to work independently, but yet we have that sisterhood of connection. And there is a Dress for Success Houston, and they actually have a very strong veteran program. And I'm told that they have a much larger veteran community. I mean, we're always striving to match them. And so, it's really cool to hear that there's all these connections. For instance, if as we do understand that our veteran community is quite mobile as well. Just hearing Jamie coming in from Pensacola, but we do understand that transitions, moves happen. So it's great to know that there is an organization such as Dress for Success, but also NextOp, where you can kind of plug into no matter where you are. That there's most likely not only the organizations to help, but like you said, that network of support, which is just really what we're trying to strengthen through this program today, which is really cool. I had the pleasure of talking to Bastion earlier this week, just again trying to make all the connections between the veteran organizations locally here in New Orleans. And so, yeah, we're just really excited. I know you mentioned having that awesome perk of getting the LinkedIn, what did you say, the premium LinkedIn for
Yeah.
free for a year? That's such a great deal. I hope everyone takes advantage of that. And like you said, taking that extra work to network. Work is in network, so it does take time, but that is something that is so valuable because, Patrick, before we started planning this event, I didn't know you. I got your name from Jamie, and it was literally just asking who's doing amazing veteran work in our community, and your name was top of the list. So it does take, like you said, asking. You often hear it, there is no stupid question, because we won't know the answers until we ask. I feel like especially the climate during the pandemic is even more humbling, in the sense that most everyone, if they don't have someone in their family, they at least know someone who has been impacted, not just perhaps by the health, but economically, either losing a job, being furloughed, or just having your hours or just your work environment drastically change. So I think that we're all just having to adapt, and we really appreciate your tips on how to navigate the job search, not only as a veteran, bringing these really unique skills and transferring it to civilian life, but in the middle of a pandemic as well. We have to put on our Zoom backgrounds and face. I'm going to have to switch my background out to match everyone else. But would you have any tips for how this time is perhaps a little unique? For instance, do people actually still come into NextOp Vets, or is it more of a virtual kind of conferencing as well?
Well, it's always been for us. It's always been on the phone. I mean, I'm before COVID, I'd probably meet with 1% of my other people. Because if they lived in New Orleans, we grab coffee. They stop by because our office here is at Bastion. We have a desk there, but I usually work out of the back of the VFW because it's quiet and I do a lot of casework. So for me, it hasn't much changed that much as far as how I work. It's a lot of I do more Zoom. I'm getting more comfortable in front of a video camera. I'm not that comfortable yet. Um, so when I took speech in the Air Force, they said I talked with ludicrous speech in my speech class. So Spaceballs
Mhm.
reference. Um, I forgot two things. First, on networking, one thing that I do badly is maintain your network as well. Even after you find a job, make sure you keep up your network. And the second thing is, and this is something that I always forget to say, set up searches like Google searches for jobs you're looking for. Like I have a Google search up for Osner jobs. When Osner jobs pop up, they come to my email. You can set up Google searches for those jobs as well. I forgot to say that. My apologies. Um, but if any veteran needs help, just sign up with us, or you can just email me. I have plenty of resources I can send you. We have a PowerPoint 101 for LinkedIn. All kinds of stuff we get. It's just we got it all through network and people just send us stuff and we just share it out.
Awesome. You did mention two of our partners as well, Coca-Cola and Ochsner. What kind of jobs are you seeing come through your inbox at those organizations?
I use Coca-Cola because they're one of the biggest companies, but
Yeah.
Osner, I guess we get a lot of logistics jobs, mechanics, a lot of non-medical, but like patient escorts, which are a little on the lower end of the salary range. Um, some of these logistics managers I've seen get up to 70 a year. Mechanics are paying about 40, 45 to 50. There's a lot of support roles because basically Osner is like its own little city. So they have all these security. They've always support jobs just for the hospital. So if you can think of any support job, they probably do it in-house instead of contracting it out.
Very cool. And we'll talk about this in a moment, but in addition to all of our professional attire, such as suits that is donated from the community, we also have some scrubs and our brand new Coca-Cola Foundation Hospitality Corner that provides hospitality uniforms such as white button-ups, black Airmark uniform pants, and non-slip black shoes. So we'll get to that in the next hour, but just wanted to last ask, do you have any anecdotal or maybe to toot your own horn, a testimony from like a client and their own words of just how much NextOp does mean for this transition in their lives?
Um, we get a lot of, you know, personally, I get, I hate to toot my own horn.
You
I
can
get
put it in a client's words. That's what I'm saying. It's in their words, not yours.
people say so when someone says Patrick, they appreciate it at the time, because I'm available. You just text me or email me. I usually get back with you within a few hours, whatever you need. So they always appreciate the time I put in to help and coach them, because they don't have that person kick them in the butt. Sometimes it takes kicking the butt or coaching them or tell them, hey, it's going to be okay. And we usually get a lot of that with appreciation for that. And we get a lot of
Awesome.
appreciation. We directly put them in a job, or it's like, hey, nice to meet you. Here's a job for you. So
That's great. I know that they are so appreciative of everything that you do and your service, kind of honoring that dedication. We really appreciate you also showing up in quite a busy week, I understand, for you. You're getting married this weekend?
yep, Saturday.
Saturday. Awesome. Well, congratulations. My coworker Brianna is smiling. She's getting married in October. And I'm sure if I asked her to do something just a few days before her wedding, it would not go over as positively and glowing as we are so appreciative of your time. I think it's just another testimony that you are so giving.
Thank you very much for having me. This is
Of
great.
course. Yes. Thank you so much. Awesome. And have a fabulous, wonderful wedding weekend.
I'm gonna hang on for a few minutes in case somebody has any questions in chat.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you so much, Patrick.
Well,
Awesome.